everybody, my name is Kim and welcome back to Bookmarks and Breadsticks. Hi and welcome back. If you've noticed, I'm in the same outfit for about 4 to 5 videos in a row. It's because I banked them all together in one afternoon. I took a half day and decided I actually was in the right mindset to film, and I went for it. You guys know I'm grieving the loss of my dad, lost at the beginning of January from pancreatic cancer. So, you know, hopefully I have good days like this where I feel like filming a lot of things all together, and that'll keep the content train going. I'm not huge into getting 1,000 followers and those kinds of goals, but I do know that the YouTube algorithm will completely bite you in the ass if you suddenly stop posting. So I'm taking advantage of Friday. Today, I am here to bring you my first unhaul of 2021. These are not all like 1-star books at all. Some are, some aren't. There are some books that I'm just never gonna pick up off my shelves and read again. And as you can see, I'm growing my food book collection. If you've watched my wrapped TBR for 2021, you know I have 90 other books that I'm supposed to read through and get off that are on a different bookshelf over there. So making room is a good thing, especially because I'll be moving in March to my new house with my husband. So it's good to give these books another life. I'm not throwing them away, I am donating them. They will be going to open books. So the first book we're gonna start with is the first DNF I ever had, and that is Wine Politics. It was part of my unwrapped TBR for January, and I saved it till the end of the month. It's January 22nd when I'm filming this, and every time I look at it, I'm just filled with dread. I just don't want to read about politics. I like wine, I like learning about terroir. Just no desire to read this, and I don't need to keep hanging on to it. Second book I'm getting rid of is The Best Thing I Ever Tasted by Sally Tisdale. This I remember reading as an audiobook and thinking it was just a slog to get through. It's The Secrets of Food, and it just, all I can remember is that I didn't feel moved by reading it. You know, it's fine. I must have gotten a used copy, I'm realizing though, because a Miss Barbara might want her book back one day, which is kind of cool. But you know, what I do like about used books is that you pass that memory on to somebody else. The next book is a book that actually gets a lot of good press and feedback in the book community, at least in the food writing community, and that is What She Ate by Laura Shapiro. This is, I mean, it won a Washington Post Notable Book of the Year, NPR's Book Concierge Guide to the Year's Great Reads. It just, I'm glad I read it, and now I'm like having this fear of like, oh, should I not get rid of it because other people liked it? It's about the role of food in the portraits of 6 noteworthy women. That's from Eleanor Roosevelt, Hitler's secret mistress Eva Braun, etc. So there's 6 different unique women, and it's all about what they ate in their lives. And maybe it's because I listened to it as an audiobook, I just didn't find it very engaging. I still suggest people give it a chance because it does come highly regarded. It's just not something that moved me, and maybe 5-6 years from now I'll find it and purchase it again and love it. Another book, this is a memoir, Arbitrary Stupid Goal by Tamara Shopskin. I hated the audiobook for this because every chapter, not even every chapter, there was just this weird audio sound that would come in that would, and like I can't even tell you other than like Dan could be across the room, and if he heard that weird chapter noise, it incited like rage. It was just the most obnoxious noise ever. And people found it really like a hilarious book, and people really liked it. And again, maybe I just need to take a break from audiobooks because the audio experience ruined it for me, and I like want nothing to do with this book. Now, if you read it, like give it a chance, maybe read it. Maybe it's just me and my audiobooks, but it's time for it to go. It'll find a good home though. I should probably pull out the receipt from this one. This is Secret Ingredients, the New Yorker Book of Food and Drink. This is just an not an anthology, I think it's called an anthology. I got this used at a bookstore on Long Island. It's just a tome, and it's a lot of different articles about food written throughout the years at the New Yorker. And it's just, I read it, never gonna read it again. You can come through, it's fine. You're done? Okay. Next book I'm gonna get rid of is The Beekeeper's Lament. I read this for Nonfiction November. I liked it, don't love it, will probably never reread it. The same thing can be said for Dark Emu. This is a book all about the Aboriginal food of the Australians. I'm glad I diversified my reading and tried something new. Bruce Pascoe, it has a very nice calming voice when he reads this to you. He does narrate his own audiobook. It's just one that I know I'm not going to reread, and I'd rather someone get it used and really enjoy it. Okay, this was a 1-star. This is Planet Taco, A Global History of Mexican Food by Jeremy Pilcher. It was actually one of the first book reviews I ever did on this channel, and it got a 1-star. This is an academic book, and if you go in knowing it's an academic book, maybe you'll have a better reading experience than I did. I read for pleasure, for leisure. This was not what I wanted to read. It just, if I got this, again, as I put in my review, if you read this in an academic setting, awesome book. Not something you want to read on the couch. The Temporary Bride. It's a meta-memoir about a woman who goes to Tehran and falls in love with someone, and I just really disliked her. And it sucks because she's a real human and I didn't like her in this book. I did a whole review comparing this and a different audiobook that I'll link in the cards. I bought it because I wanted to support books about Persia, being Persian, and I just didn't like this. Chasing Chilies. This is a bunch of scientists do go explore different chilies. It's interesting. I think it's definitely has the feeling of being self-published and could have done with a little bit of editing. If you want to learn about chilies, if you're a chili fanatic, you might actually really enjoy this book, but I just know I'm never going to go back to it. MFK Fisher, Serve It Forth. I read this book. I did buy the 20th edition of a published work of all of her anthologies, so I don't need to keep individual copies of each volume. So that's totally good reason to get rid of a book. 3 more. One is Craft Beef. This is self-published. I found it interesting because the takeaway from this book that I still recall is that they're making these mobile meat trucks where like the USDA and people that want to certify that your food's farm raised drive these like mobile refrigerators onto farmers' lots to inspect the meat and cut it right there, so it doesn't have to go to a large like food processor or meat packing plant, which is cool. But it's self-published and I can't get over the weird font and formatting of it. It's like someone took a 15-page research paper and made it into a book. So what you read, great content. The execution of the book itself, like as a format, I just can't. I will never reread this. This is a book I enjoyed. I read on vacation. It's a guide to the fabled past and vibrant presence of New York's literary bar scene. It's cool. I think this would be better for someone who's more literary than someone who loves food writing. And the final book I'm getting rid of, Elaine's The Rise of One of New York's Most Legendary Restaurants and Those Who Were There. I know, I just hauled this like 2 months ago, and this was one of those trigger purchases I regret. I listened to the audiobook. I wanted to support the author, so I bought the book, and then I really thought about it and went, you didn't like it that much, stop buying books for comfort. I'm guilty of that, so I'm trying to get better at this. But that's 12 books I'm unhauling to donate. I know 12 doesn't feel like a lot when I have so many behind me, but it is a good amount. I'm going to be donating them to Open Books. Have you done your spring... clearly tired. Have you done your spring cleaning book haul yet? Book haul. Have you done your spring cleaning book unhaul yet? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, I would love for you to like and subscribe and be part of my foodie bookish community. And let me know, what are you currently reading? I'd love to hear from you guys. Drop me a note. I hope you're well. Wear a mask, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.